Good evening and welcome to tonight's council meeting for the town of Carleton Place for Tuesday, May 26th. I'd ask that you shut off all your devices or silence them, and that we are live streaming this meeting via Zoom. As we start every meeting with our land acknowledgement, as we gather here today, let us be reminded that the community in which we live, work, and play is situated on traditional, unceded Algonquin First Nation territory. We would like to acknowledge and thank the Anishinaabe people and express our respect for their rich history and culture. Could I get a call to order, please?
Councillor Hinton is absent with regrets thus far, but may join us later. And the rest of council is, the rest of council is present.
Thank you very much. Moves us along to the approval of the agenda. We have a recommended motion that the agenda be approved as amended, and it will be amended to remove bylaw number 42-2026, which is to confirm sale of surplus lands lot addition with Turpang Kia. Could I get a mover? Moved by Councillor Kavanaugh, seconded by Councillor Conley. Is there any discussion on the amended agenda? Seeing none, all in favor? Opposed? And that is carried. Thank you. Disclosure of pecuniary interest or conflict of interest, the general nature thereof can be made now or at any point throughout the meeting by notifying the clerk. Item number 5 is the approval of the minutes. Can I get the recommended motion, please?
That the council minutes dated May 12th, 2026 be accepted as presented.
Can I get a mover? Moved by Councillor Atkinson, seconded by Councillor Sakaspina. Any discussion or errors, omissions on the minutes? Seeing none, all in favor? Opposed? And that is carried. Item number 6 is our consent report. Could I get the recommended motion, please?
That council receive the consent report dated May 26, 2026.
Moved by Councillor Conley, seconded by Deputy Mayor Tennant. Any discussion on the items within the consent report? Seeing none, all in favor? Opposed? And that is carried. Moves us along to bylaws, of which we now have 2. First bylaw is to enter into a lease agreement with Matt Waters.
That bylaw 41-2026 to enter into a lease agreement with Matt Waters to operate the Arena Canteen be read a first, second, and third time and finally passed.
Thank you. Could I get a mover? Moved by Deputy Mayor Tennant, seconded by Councillor Sakaspina. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Opposed? And that is carried. Item number 2 has been removed, and it moves us to item number 3, which is an amendment to a transfer payment agreement or housing enabling core services. Could I get the recommended motion, please?
That bylaw 43-2026 to amend a transfer payment agreement, housing enabling core services fund be read a first, second, and third time and finally passed.
Thank you. Moved by Councillor Sakaspina, seconded by Deputy Mayor Tennant. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Opposed? And that is carried. That does it for bylaws. Moves us along to announcements, of which I have 4 official announcements and 1 other announcement before I move it to the rest of council. So May 31st to June 6th, 2026 is National Accessibility Week. June of 2026 is National Indigenous History Month. June of 2026 is Seniors Month, and June to September 2026 is Pride Season. I also will put out there that it was just announced today that the Festival of Small Halls lineup has been announced, and there's a bit of confusion here, and if I had my phone, I'd text Jess Hansen about this, but Councillor Kavanaugh just said we have 5. I thought we had 4, but the names that will be coming to the Carleton Place Arena this year are Joel Plaskett, Fortunate Ones, East Coast Experience, Sue Foley, which is probably the biggest name amongst everybody that's part of the Small Halls, which is something. She's a great blues guitarist and has played with many amazing blues folks, both here and south of the border. And Councillor Kavanaugh says Whitehorse is playing here, but we're not sure about that one. But anyways, get your tickets for Small Halls starting today. and always a great, well-attended festival. So enjoy. And I will now move it along to Councillor Kavanagh for other items that are happening around. Oh, Councillor Sekespina for other items happening around the town.
All right, well, the 55 Plus Expo is coming to Carleton Place, and we want to thank Home Hospice of North Lanark and the town of Carleton Place who partnered up to put this on. June 4th, 10 to 3 p.m., and we now have free gift bags for the first, I think it's 75 people. May is closing down, but it's still museum month, and the story of MacArthur Island is opening up at the Carleton Place and Beckwith Heritage Museum, open Saturday, May 30th at 10 a.m., and I want to applaud the Carleton Place Curling Club today. 23 people turned up for bocce ball at the Carleton Place Curling Rink, and it's every other Tuesday. So come on down.
Thank you, Councillor Sekespina. Councillor Kavanagh.
Thank you. Okay, well, there's lots going on always, but more so this time of year. I will just highlight that May 29th is the line dancing fundraiser at CP Heritage Fitness for the food bank at 7 p.m. May 30th at 8 p.m. the Foundry is hosting a night brunch with Drag Excellence, which should be a lot of fun. June 5th, there's trivia at the Legion at 6 p.m. and that supports the Kiwanis Club of Carleton Place and Mississippi Mills. And June 8th, our summer concert series starts at Riverside Park with the Carleton Place and District Community Band at 7:30. That's always a good time. And I just want to say, just in general, I've had the great opportunity to spend some time in the parks the last little while and seeing the parks full, the splash pads open, boat launch, kayak-o-mat, and all those things. It feels like everyone's reemerged, and it's been a lovely week of running into people I haven't seen in a while, and I encourage everybody to get out to those parks, meet your new neighbors, and make some new friends.
Thank you. Anybody else? I will, I guess, finish off by saying we had what seems to be a very successful community-wide garage sale on the weekend. I was participating myself and had, oh my Lord, dozens and dozens and dozens of people. And Free Cycle is coming up. For those of you that didn't get rid of everything during your garage sales, you can put that out and pass along your gently used, no longer needed items to other folks that might be able to use them. And with that, we are finished announcements and we move along to the confirmatory bylaw. Could I get the recommended motion, please?
That bylaw 44-2026, confirmation of council proceedings for May 26th, be read a first, second, and third time and finally passed.
Could I get a mover, please? Moved by Councillor Atkinson, seconded by Councillor Comley. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Opposed? And that is carried. That moves us along to adjournment. And the recommended motion is that this meeting be adjourned at 6:08 p.m. Could I get a mover? Councillor Kavanagh, seconded by Deputy Mayor Tennant. All in favor? And we are adjourned of council. Moves us along to Committee of the Whole, which is being chaired by Deputy Mayor Tennant. And it should be a quick one.
Thank you. We'll start with a call to order. Everybody's still here except Mark. Approve the agenda suggested motion that the agenda be accepted as presented. Mover and seconder, please. Mayor Randall, Councillor Kavanagh, all in favor. Agenda is approved. Declarations or conflicts? Don't see any. Minutes from last meeting, suggested motion, the Committee of Whole minutes dated May 12th, 2026 be accepted as presented. Mover and seconder, please. Dana and Jeff, all in favor. All right, thank you. And we're on to reports, which is our first report, road program with Guy Bourgon, Director of Public Works. Suggested motion that council approve the addition to the 2026 road program of the reconstruction of College Street from Bridge Street to Victoria Street and of the Rosamond Street crossing of the OVRT between Bell Street and Rosamond Street to be completed by Thomas Kavanagh Construction Limited and funded by surplus 2026 road program funds as outlined by the report by the Director of Public Works dated May 26, 2026. Mover and seconder, please. Sarah and Linda. Go ahead, Guy.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. So the 2026 road program tender closed recently and came in with very favorable pricing from Thomas Kavanagh Construction. So we do have a surplus of funds available to us, and what I'm asking for this evening is roughly $150,000 of usage of those surplus funds so that we can do 2 more sections of road, one College Street from Bridge Street to Victoria Street, and one little small piece of Rosamond that's in very bad shape where it crosses the OPRT. And with that, I'll take any questions you may have.
Any questions? Dana?
Thanks, Guy. Yeah, this just makes sense if prices are favorable this year to do a little bit more. My understanding is we pick these streets because these are the ones we have existing data for and know the substrate conditions. Is that correct?
Through the chair, yes, that is correct. We need to know both the geotechnical information underneath the roads where we're going doing reconstructions, as well as we circulate utilities, and need to know whether or not, like on Sarah Street, for instance, Enbridge Gas went in ahead of Thomas Cavanaugh and has lowered their gas main all the way down the road. And we also need to know the survey information so that we can fix any drainage problems that we may have.
Is it possible in the future when we're collecting this data or doing boreholes to have a little bit more of a stockpile so we have a little more options when it comes to this? Because we're not even coming close to what the allotted money is. And if we had a few more roads to pick from, we could do more. Could we increase our data?
Through the chair, yes, we can. What I'll be doing is increasing the budget for the surveys and for obtaining geotechnical information. And you'll see that in your next upcoming budget so that we can do a little bit more advanced preparation in case we get into a situation like this.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Great. Any other questions or comments? Mayor Randall?
I think that's a great idea Councillor Conley brought up, and probably well worth our expenditure next budget when we do have these favorable pricing to add a few more. My question is the crossing at Rosamond is in really rough shape. Have we looked at all the crossings? I've kind of taken a peek at Albert is also kind of in rough nick. I'm just curious if we've gone out and double checked. It's a different type of pavement that the snowmobiles go across, and that's where a lot of the damage is done. Just curious.
Through the chair, we specifically looked at this one because it was in such very poor shape. It was brought to our attention by the road superintendent that it needed some attention right away. Otherwise, he would have had to do some severe patching on it. The other ones that may be a little older, they're not quite as bad as this one. So we didn't go in and inspect every last one of them, but we do have a 10-year plan on many, and many of those roads are in the 10-year plan to get done.
Thank you.
Great. Any other questions or comments? All in favor? That's carried. Thank you. Thanks, Keith. Moving on, we have no new and other business. We have a handful of minutes to be received. So the suggested motion, the following minutes be received: BIA minutes from February 23rd and March 16th, Urban Forest River Corridor from April 12th, and EAC from May 11th. Mover and seconder, please. Mayor Randall and Councillor Second-Spina, all in favor? We've accepted the minutes. Thank you. Information listing, suggested motion, the information listing dated May 26, 2026 be received. Mover and seconder, please. Dana and Sarah, all in favor? Received. Thank you. And we're moving into closed session. We have 2 matters to discuss. Suggested motion, the committee move into closed session at 6:14 p.m. to discuss matters subject to Municipal Act Section 239, 2, and E, litigation or potential litigation, including matters before administrative tribunals affecting municipality or local board for item 1. F, advice that is subject to solicitor-client privilege, item 1 and 2, and that following persons be permitted to participate in the meeting: Diane, CAO; Stacey Blair, Clerk; Nikki Dwyer, Director of Development Services. And yeah, mover and second and move in. Jeff and Sarah, all in favor? We are enclosed. Thank you very much, everybody. We're out of closed. Could we have a rise and report, please, Dan?
Staff direction was provided in closed session for both items.
Fantastic. Thank you. We are down to adjournment. Suggested motion, the meeting be adjourned at 6:30 p.m. Mover and seconder, please. Dana and Jeff, all in favor of adjourning. And we're finished. Thank you very much.